You have a guide for this build? No. I can give you a quick explanation of all the mechanics really quick. You can clip it or something, or just like watch back of the video. But I don't have like a written out guide or anything. So it's Righteous Fire. I'm not going to explain Righteous Fire. You degen, you get recovery, you don't kill yourself. It does AoE damage. Righteous Fire, very simple. I use a Trigger Scepter with Forbidden Right. Every time I use an ability, every 4 seconds, it will cast Forbidden Right, dealing damage to me. Call of the Void will make this damage chill me. Winterweave will make chill reverse and accelerate me. I have Chainbreaker that turns my mana regeneration into rage regeneration. I run a Clarity, a Vitality, a Malevolence, a Flammability, Blasphemy, as well as a Determination. The Clarity is the majority of my mana, thus the majority of my rage. And then I have mana regeneration in the form of a blue pearl, as well as a cluster that's giving me a bunch of mana regeneration. That's how I'm getting rage. I'm using the rage for Berserk to run faster and have damage reduction. I have Tanu Ahis, and you can see on them, they have Curse on Hit. The reason I have Curse on Hit is because I'm using Profane Bloom, Forbidden Flame, and Forbidden Flesh. Profane Bloom is something, it's a cultist ascendancy node, that whenever you kill an enemy that is cursed, 50% of the time they'll explode for 25% of their life as chaos damage. By having Curse on Hit, when I have an explosion from Profane Bloom that initially starts from my Blasphemy Flammability, the explosions will cause curses, which will cause more explosions. Being an Elementalist, I have access to Shaper of Flames. This means that the Chaos explosions will ignite. Now that I have explosions that ignite, I get to use... Where is it? I wasn't prepared. I get to use this cluster notable, Fan the Flames, that makes the ignites proliferate. So now I have a flammability that causes an AoE curse around me. Righteous Fire will kill monsters near me. Profane Bloom will explode those monsters, which will then cause a chaining reaction of explosions that cause proliferating ignites that can cause more explosions. And it just fans out. So that's how I'm clearing. Tanu Ahis, as you can see, also have more modifiers on them. They have a 10% chance when you to gain Adrenaline or Onslaught, or both, I guess. It's like two separate things. Whenever your Leech is removed by having full unreserved life. Being a Righteous Fire character, I have positive regen, but I'm also degenning, which lets me have Leech. I have Leech from my boots. Righteous Fire doesn't hit, so I need a source of hits. My source of hits is Profane Bloom. These explosions hit. The boots have generic Leech, thus the chaining explosions cause a bunch of hits that cause me to leech and are immediately removed. And you can see this when I'm mapping. It will constantly proc Adrenaline as long as I don't have Adrenaline, and it gives me Onslaught. I'm wearing a Mage Blood, so the Onslaught doesn't matter, but if you were to play a more budget version of this, you have a source of Onslaught without worrying about it. The only other mechanic that's like kind of important, and this was suggested by someone in chat, and I really appreciate them for it, you'll notice I have Lethe Shade on my dagger. I'm playing Righteous Fire, which means that it says you take 50% less damage over time if you've started taking damage over time in the past second. I've taken damage for the past infinite seconds, so I don't ever gain that benefit. There's no damage reduction aspect of Lethe Shade that I gain. Don't worry about that part. The part that is important is that you gain 100% more duration of ailments on you, which means that this chill from the Forbidden Right and the Call of the Void lasts longer, which helps me maintain chill on myself easier. And that's the build.